Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel, King Steve on Tarot, and this will be a general weekly reading. Please keep in mind that this reading is general and will not resonate with everyone. I will be using the Night Sun Tarot deck. I will be using the Trident of Shiva spread, which is a 5-card spread. We will use 3 major arcanas to represent your past, present, and future, and 2 minor arcanas to clarify those messages. Your first minor arcana will represent the advantage you have in your situation, and the second clarification minor arcana will represent the disadvantage you have in your situation. And with that being said, Sagittarius, let's go on and shuffle your major arcanas. And I do want to say that for those that is familiar with the Night Sun Tarot, that means you are familiar with how to read the cards and familiar with the spread of them as well. If you are not, please do your research. Research is fundamental. We're going to go ahead and get those shuffled. Okay. Spirit, is there any messages that you have for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius concerning career, finance, love, and wellness? Is there any messages you have for the sign of Sagittarius concerning finance, career, love, and wellness? Spirit, any messages for the sign of Sagittarius concerning finance, career, love, and wellness? You have a jumper, and that is the High Priestess. Okay. You got the High Priestess. Okay. All right, Spirit, we just need 2 more cards. 2 more cards for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. First card is the High Priestess. Your second card is going to be Death. And the third card is Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Sagittarius. We have the High Priestess, the Death card, and the Wheel of Fortune. Now we're going to go ahead and shuffle your minor arcanas, okay? And again, these will represent the clarification cards. Alrighty. Okay, go ahead and cut the deck, and we are going to get you started. Spirit, we just need 2 clarification cards for the sign of Sagittarius. We just need 2 clarification cards for the sign of Sagittarius. 2 clarification cards for the sign of Sagittarius. That first card is going to be the 10 of Pentacles. That represents your advantage, and the disadvantage will be the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Sag, let's get into it. Your first card is the High Priestess. Okay. It's crazy because on the card they spell it the High Priestess, but it's really supposed to be the High Priestess. This is why you guys heard me saying the High Priestess, because I was looking at the card, but they, in the book, they spell it the High Priestess, but on the card, they actually spell it the High Priestess, okay? And just so you guys know that I'm not crazy, or I don't know how to read, if you guys can get into the, oh God, I hope that ain't blurry. Yeah, but anyhow. So again, you guys are starting off with the High Priestess, and that definitely falls on the moon. It also brings knowledge, gestion, accumulation, patience, purity, also a sense of motherhood, inspiration, solitude, and also haughtiness. Okay, Sagittarius, when you see the High Priestess in your spread, we're going to go ahead and say the High Priestess. I don't feel comfortable saying the High Priestess. I don't know what's the deal with that, but we're just going to say the High Priestess. Again, you want to ask yourself, what am I holding back and accumulating? So right now, I feel like Sagittarius, I feel like that You have a lot of talent and a lot of skills that you are sitting back on. Some of you can be entrepreneurs trying to start your own business. It's crazy because I'm actually a Sagittarius myself, so that actually resonates with me. I'm actually an entrepreneur. I have my hair and eyelash studio as well as my clothing line. And, you know, I sometimes have to sit down and really go through, okay, what am I holding back and accumulating? Because I feel like that for some reason, you guys have talents or skills that you're not putting forth that will actually get you recognized. Um, and that also applies to me. And that's just due to Sagittarius's being perfectionists and always being in our own heads. But I'm kind of hearing from spirit that we need to get out of our own head. We need to trust in our skills and know that what we put forth will bring us that abundance. Now, your next card is going to be death, okay? And that's definitely Scorpio energy. Um, Now, when you come across death, that can be a form of transformation, renewal, new projects, revolution, advancement, breaking, change, cutting, violence, loss. You also want to ask yourself, Sagittarius, what must I cut out of my life? Okay, so this is a form of transformation. Remember, you are going into that solitude. You are being inspired. You are trying to figure out what am I holding back? And by you figuring out what you're holding back and what you need to put forth, you also realize that there are things that you need to change, there are things that you need to transform, and there are things that you need to bring to an end. Okay, and this is why I believe the death card is coming up, and this again also resonates with me because I believe that certain things I am holding on to that I need to let go of, and with me that would apply with bad habits that I have. So if I put a death to some of those things, I think that I would probably move forward a little faster in my journey. So again, for every Sagittarius, it will be different. So put it where it applies. Now, the next card will be the Wheel of Fortune, which falls under Jupiter's energy, and that can also represent a beginning and the end of a cycle, change. That can also represent favorable circumstances, healing. It can also come in the form of stagnation and laziness, and precariousness. So at the end of the day, what I'm seeing, Sagittarius, for you guys is I'm seeing that a lot of you actually applied the change to whatever maybe those bad habits was or whatever you needed to let go. You applied that change, okay, which brings you actually favorable circumstances, which actually brings you a state of healing. Um, but I can sense that the Wheel of Fortune can bring a sense of laziness because sometimes you do get tired of turning that wheel. You get tired of constantly making sure that that wheel is turning so the prosperity can come in, so everything can kind of stay on track. You know, Sagittarius, as we work very hard to maintain whatever we accumulate for ourselves. But people fail to realize that we're human and we're not a robot because they see that we take on so much. And it's hard to keep our Wheel of Fortune rolling. So remember, what I'm hearing from spirit is just make sure you get enough rest so it doesn't bring laziness and bring a sense of stagnation. As Sages, we also can tend to feel like, well, I've worked for 3 months straight. I'm about to take this month off, but that can turn into laziness because we can tend to procrastinate at times. So again, don't let the laziness take over the whereas though it brings a form of stagnation. Okay, you want to ask yourself, what changes should I make in order to move forward? Again, it coincides with the Death card and also with the High Priestess. Spirit have spoken. They've spoken. Everything is lined up. All three of your major arcanas back each other up. Again, where must your focus go? What are you holding back and accumulating, and what do you need to let go of in order to accumulate that? Okay. Now, our next card is going to be our first clarification card, which will be the advantages you have over your situation. And that first card will be the Ten of Pentacles. Excuse me. The Ten of Pentacles falls under Virgo energy as well as Mercury. It also speaks of home, abundance, saving, uncertainty, and disagreement. So I believe that, Sagittarius, you will do the work. You will recognize that, okay, I'm going to get my rest and let go of things that do not serve me and put forth what I've been holding back. And it brings you that Ten of Pentacles. It brings you that Ten of Pentacles, but it also brings a certain maybe an uncertainty or a disagreement. So I think your advantage over your situation, Sagittarius, is I'm kind of feeling get out your head. Your uncertainties come from you being in your head too much. And I can also resonate with that. Whew, I feel like I just did a reading for myself. But yeah, I feel like you guys just need to get out of your head. Your Ten of Pentacles is there. What you're holding back and accumulating will get you your Ten of Pentacles, but being in your head will stop you from getting it. It will create that laziness. It'll create that stagnation. Okay? Now your next card is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? And that also falls under Earth and Fire energy. But this speaks as your disadvantage. Again, the disadvantage here is laziness, inactivity. Okay? Because say if this wasn't in a position of a disadvantage, this represents also good news, profit, business, but it also can represent laziness and inactivity, which coincides with everything that I just said. Figure out what you're holding back and what you need to accumulate and put forth. Get rid of what doesn't serve you, okay? Keep that wheel moving. Get that rest. Don't get lazy. You'll get your Ten of Pentacles. Get out of your head so you don't let your uncertainties stop you. And your disadvantage will be the laziness and inactivity if you don't get it together between the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? And the message that Spirit is giving me to give to you, Sagittarius, is you're the man for the job. Get out of your head. And I want to thank you, Sagittarius, for tuning in. If it resonated with anybody, hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to be notified every time we upload a video. I will see you guys on the next spread. Namaste.